Hi, my name is Isabel and I'll be leading the arms race specialty class today. All you're going to need is some free weights. If you don't have those, you can use water bottles, milk jugs, or I have cans of soup that I'll be using. We're going to start out with our first set. We have 3 sets of exercises that we'll do twice each. The first set has 4 exercises. First one is bicep curl, so just like that. Second is tricep extension. And then we'll have a shoulder press, and then bent over rows. So we'll start with those bicep curls, and we'll be here and lifting and lowering. We'll be here for about 30 seconds. If you want to modify this, you can always switch arms and do one at a time, or do both at the same time. Make sure you're slowly lowering, keeping those biceps controlled all the way through the exercise. We have about 10 more seconds here before we move into tricep extension. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, for the tricep extension, you could go ahead and put one weight away or use both. And you'll go ahead and squeeze those elbows close to your head and extend those arms all the way up. Same thing, we'll be here for about 30 seconds. Make sure you're breathing through these exercises, not holding your breath for any. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll move into the shoulder press. So have a weight in each hand, and you'll go ahead, put your arms up at a 90-degree angle, and then extend them up. Same thing here, make sure you're controlling through the entire movement, slowly lowering to really feel it in those shoulders. Right, we have about 15 more seconds here. Make sure you're keeping that core tight, those knees a little bent, not locked. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we'll move into those bent over rows. So you'll be here, bent over with the knees bent a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just bringing those cans back. Perfect, same thing, keep a slight bend in the knees. The more parallel your chest is to the floor, the harder this will be. All right, and we have about 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, that was our first set. So we'll go ahead and just do that one more time, and then we'll be done with that first set of exercises. All right, we'll take a little break, shake out our arms, and start again with those bicep curls in about 5 seconds. All right, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll be going into bicep curls again, making sure to keep a slight bend in the knees, slowly lowering on the way down and lifting up. Making sure you're breathing throughout this entire exercise, keeping those elbows close to the body. Great, we have about 10 more seconds here. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll move into those tricep extensions. So same thing, you can use one weight, you can use both, but you'll bring those behind your head and keeping your elbows tucked in, lift up. We'll be here for about 30 seconds, and then we'll move on to our next exercise. Perfect, make sure you're keeping those elbows close to the head and extending your triceps all the way through. All right, 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we'll go into the shoulder press. Again, we'll be at 90-degree angles with our elbows and then lifting them up. Make sure you're keeping your core tight on this one and breathing throughout the entire exercise. All right, we have about 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. again, we'll move on to our last exercise, the bent over rows. So you'll be here, slight bend in the knees, bring your chest as parallel to the floor as you can, and bring those weights back. Same thing here, make sure you're keeping your elbows tucked in, close to your body, picturing yourself bringing your scapulas together as you move back. All right, and we have about 15 more seconds here. Make sure you're breathing through this entire exercise, keeping that core tight. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll go ahead and move on to our next set of exercises. This one will be on the floor. It'll be the same thing, 4 exercises. The first one we have is a chest press. So we will be on the floor and pressing up with our weights. The second exercise will be a glute bridge. So you'll be here and lifting those hips up and then back down. The third exercise will be a Russian twist. So you can do this weighted or not. Cross your feet and then switch to each side. And then the final exercise for the set will be a bird dog. So you'll be on all fours in a tabletop position, lifting opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, so we'll go ahead and start with those chest presses. Same thing, each of these exercises will be 30 seconds long. So we'll start here, bring them down, and then all the way back up. You can use heavier weights, heavier cans if you need to for this, or keep the same ones you've been using. Make sure you're breathing throughout this entire exercise. And we have about 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we'll go ahead and move into those bridges. So put that weight to the side. And you'll be here with your hips on the floor and then slowly bringing them up and then back down. And then up and back down. If you want, you could grab some of those weights, hold them on your hips, and do weighted glute bridges. All right, we have about 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we'll move into Russian twists. So same thing, you can use this weighted, not weighted, whichever you prefer. Go ahead and cross your legs, bring them up, and then shift your body side to side. If you need to modify this, you can also bring your legs down while still moving that core, whichever you prefer. We'll be here for about 15 more seconds. All right, we'll switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll move into that last exercise, which is the bird dog. So we'll go ahead, get in a tabletop position, make sure that back's straight, and then lift right arm, left leg, down, left arm, right leg. Right, opposite arm to opposite leg, and we'll be here for 30 seconds. Make sure you're keeping that core tight. Keep breathing throughout these exercises. All right, perfect. We have about 10 more seconds now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so that was this first set. We'll go ahead and do all 4 of those exercises one more time for our second set. So we can take a little break here for about 10 to 15 seconds and then start again with those chest presses. So again, go ahead and grab your weights. You'll have one in each hand. Then get on your back for the next set. All right, we'll start here, bringing those weights up and then slowly lowering back down, making sure your arms are in control the entire time. Even though you're laying down, it's still important to keep that core tight and to stay breathing through this entire exercise. All right, perfect. We have about 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we'll go ahead and put those weights down or put them on your hips, whatever you prefer. And we'll go ahead and do some glute bridges. We'll be here for 30 seconds. You can go ahead and put those weights on your hips if you want. You can also do these one-legged if you'd prefer that, whichever is more comfortable. And we have about 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we'll go ahead and move into that third exercise, which is those Russian twists. You can go ahead and grab your weights, stay free weighted, whichever you prefer. Go ahead and cross those feet and start twisting. Make sure you're remembering to keep that back straight, have some good posture. Great, we have about 15 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll go ahead and flip over one last time for bird dogs. Same thing, you'll be in a tabletop position, keeping that back straight, and lift opposite arm and opposite leg. And we will be here for 30 seconds. If you need to modify this, you can also just lift your arm and then your leg, arm, and then leg. But if you can, do both at the same time. All right, we have about 5 more seconds here. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, so for our last set, we only have 3 exercises. It'll be a crunch with our legs in the air, a heel tap, and a plank. So I'll go ahead and show you that crunch. You'll be lying here, bringing your legs as far up as you can, and just crunching in like that. And then we'll go ahead and put our feet down and shift, touching our right arm to our right heel, and then our left hand to our left heel. Kind of working those obliques. And then we'll go ahead, flip over, and get into a plank position. And then same thing, hold this here. All right, so those are our 3 exercises. We'll be doing the same thing, 2 sets of those. So we'll go ahead and start with the crunch. All right, so we'll be getting on our backs, bringing those legs up, and bringing our arms as far as we can, reaching towards those toes. If you bring your legs down more, the more angle they have to the floor, the harder it'll be. Making sure you're controlling your breathing on these ones. Right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll go ahead and bring those feet down. Closer they are to your butt, the easier it'll be. The farther away, the farther you'll have to reach when doing these heel taps. Right, we have about 15 more seconds here. Make sure you're really reaching, really working those sides. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll go ahead and flip over for that plank. All right, so we'll go ahead and get into plank position and start that 30 seconds. If you'd prefer to be on your hands, like so, that also works. Just make sure you're keeping that body straight. Make sure you're breathing through this entire exercise, maintaining good form, keeping that core tight. And about 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, well, we're done with that first set, so we'll go ahead and go back into those crunches to start our second set. All right, we'll go ahead and bring those legs up and start crunching. Same thing, we are here for 30 seconds. Again, you can angle your legs if you want to make this more challenging. You can also bend your legs, try to keep them as straight as possible. But if you can't do that, bending your legs and reaching is just as fine. All right, we have about 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. So we'll start with those heel taps. We'll go ahead, same thing, right arm to right heel, left arm to left heel, working those obliques. We'll be here for 30 seconds. Make sure you're controlling your breathing through this entire exercise, really tightening that core and working those obliques. All right, we have about 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and then our last exercise will be that last plank. Same thing on your elbows or on your hands, whichever you prefer. We will get in plank position and hold this for 30 seconds. Make sure you're keeping that core tight all the way through and keeping your back straight. All right, 10 more seconds here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, and that is the last of the exercises. You could go ahead, cool down on your own, or if you want to here, you can do some jumping jacks, a little bit of light walking, and some stretching just to cool down.